the rest of it. You ready?
Right, well, yeah, you see us here, and we're at your place, isn't it, which is Wrench Ride?
Yeah.
This is you?
Yeah, this is me and my business.
Oh, hang on. We'll do that again, because I have to put this right in your mouth before we do it. So, right, okay. About here. Yep, okay. So here we are at the ABR Festival again, and we're with Wrench Ride. And your name, sir, is?
Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
That's not you, is it?
Yeah,
that's you.
Yeah, I rode on this bike. Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So your name's Ollie.
Yeah.
And his name's Ollie. But
yeah.
Right. Okay. Two Ollies, just to make it. But what's your second name, Ollie?
Crowy.
Crowy.
Yeah.
So Wrench Ride, how long have you been going?
Quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years. It's a limited business, and then a bit before them. So yeah.
And are you specialising in rally preparation?
Yeah. So I specialise in rally and adventure bikes.
Yeah.
Some enduro stuff as well, but yeah, mainly the adventure and rally sector.
Yeah.
Mainly KTMs, but I do cover pretty much all the brands.
Yeah.
But they kind of dominate that sector, hence.
Yeah. But so not only you prep them here, but you do service on the rallies as well.
Yeah, I do some service work on the rallies with Desert Rose, and some other events. I helped out in Scottish 6 Days this year, and a few other events. Yeah, and this is probably 6 times back at Ragley Hall. They keep inviting me back, so I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
And I've done this event since it started, but yeah,
excellent,
really good.
And you've got a few bikes here. Have you been doing preparation on bikes whilst the show's been going?
So the bike at the end I actually built pre-COVID. ABR asked me to build an adventure bike for the stand, and then COVID obviously hit, so it sat in the workshop for 11 months, built up, not being used. And then that's been kind of one of the show bikes that we have every year at the show.
Yeah.
And then the 890 is just a new upgrade in the workshop. We previously had a 790 and 890 all built up with a tower on, but this is the new version, so we're kind of keeping that basic, but we did some displays to show even doing the basic stuff, you still, 20, 30 different mods.
Yeah.
Subtle things, but the little bits that make a difference.
Yeah.
And then we tend to always bring a bike to kind of do some work on our build at the show.
Yeah.
Whether that gets done is another question, because we normally end up talking to people at the show and whatever, and catching up with previous customers and what have you. But yeah, it's good to have something to kind of build, and people see you working on bikes when you're here.
Yeah. So, as a techie guy, what's the worst thing or what's the most consistent thing that you see coming up with bikes, in bad prep, if you like?
It's mainly like people not checking brake pads and re-greasing items on the bike. Looking after the chain as well is a big one. Chain slack and chain tension, and then just the condition of the train. Not just giving it a wash and then re-oiling it rather than degreasing it and then re-oiling it and stuff. So things like that. But overall, it's just general greasing of items that's normally the biggest problem. And herb filters as well. Anything to do with the emission, like the air and fuel mix. It's not good.
So going back to the chain, because that is the one thing almost after every ride we should work on.
Yeah.
What do you do to clean them? As you say, you start off with a jet wash on the bike.
Yeah, well, I normally jet wash the bike off to a point, and then, without plugging any, I always plug a van, I use a product called Rhino Goo, and I've tried all the products, and to be honest, I find that's the number one for getting dirt off. I literally go around the bike, spray the whole bike with the Rhino Goo, leave it 5 minutes, and then wash the bike off, and it comes up like new.
Yeah.
And then with regards to the chain, and then with the chain, I use a chain degreaser, Muck Off Do one, and Dirt Monkey and a few others.
Yep.
Clean the chain with a brush and a rag and really get all the muck off it.
Yep.
And then use a product like the Motor X off-road chain lube or the Dry Tech by Putaline, normally pretty good. And just make sure that's okay. And then GT85 on the peg points and the gear lever and the rear brake and the levers, and just go around and spray the whole bike. I tend to spray the whole bike with GT85, if I'm honest, and kind of leave it till I'm going out and then give it a quick wipe down.
Yeah.
And my bikes always look pretty pristine. Some people say I don't ride enough, but
because GT85 little spray stuff, is it? you know, I have like red grease, race
Yeah,
grease.
yeah,
Is it better to strip your pinions out and
Yeah, you can.
grease them?
Yeah,
or-
there's no harm in doing that, but you only need to do that periodically. You don't have
Yeah.
to. It's not something you do on a
No, all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
If it's a good quality grease, it tends to stay there. It doesn't really kind of get washed
Yeah.
away and emulsified.
But the chain is a thing because it lives the life of that nobody ever wants to live.
Yeah, and
isn't
if
it?
you get a
It's in
good
the
quality
dirt.
chain, you
Yeah.
can look at £100 for a decent quality chain now. So it's important to look after your chain and also your chain slap. Make sure that's right, because that can put strain on your engine and.
Yeah, absolutely. And is it the thing often with dirt bikes? Is it 3 fingers underneath the swinging arm?
Depends on what bike it is.
Ah,
Yeah. On the enduro bikes, it's normally 3 fingers on the chain.
But adventure bikes, other bikes may chain be varied.
Yeah, and you can have problems with having it too slack, but you can also have problems having it too tight. So it's dead important. Look in the user manual, see what the settings are supposed to be or the measurement, and set it correctly.
Ollie, thank you.
No
That's
worries,
great.
thanks very much.
Cheers, bud. Okay.